Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. We brought you this story a couple days ago once the body cam footage from the police officers in Monroe County, New York was made public. Body cam footage of an interaction that first a police officer and then his supervisor had with a Monroe County district attorney. Her name is Sandra Doorley. She was stopped for speeding. Well, no, she actually wasn't stopped. There was an attempt to stop her for speeding, but she wouldn't stop. She just drove to her house instead.
Right.
Of course, the police officer followed her to her house, and this was the interaction between the two.
Sorry, I'm the DA. I was going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
Okay.
So you can call Dennis.
Can you please come over here? This is on a traffic stop, ma'am.
Yes, it is. You can call Dennis Kohlmeyer right now.
Oh, I love
Okay,
this.
I'm telling you why I stopped you. You didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or
No,
anything?
I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands-free. Absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
Can you please tell him to leave me alone? It's
Officer Christopher. Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a traffic. This is a legal traffic stop. Do you have your ID?
No, it's in my purse. Here.
You have your purse right there.
No, this is my lunch. Would you talk to Dennis? This is ridiculous. Just go away.
Hello, sir.
Go away. Just go away.
She walks into her
Ma'am,
house.
can you please stay at the back? This is legal traffic stop. Can you please stay over here?
No. Hey, baby, get your little guy out of here.
Sir, I stopped her for going 55 and a 35 on Phillips
On
Road.
Phillips Road.
And
coming
she
home from
failed
work.
to stop. She drove all the way back home and parked in her garage. And now she's not complying with any of my commands. Ma'am, do not go inside.
Oh my God!
You're so annoying.
Yep. All right.
Oh, she thinks so highly.
Ma'am, come outside. You can't just go inside. This is a traffic stop. Here's your phone back.
I understand the law better than you. Would you just
953. Can you have a
leave me alone?
supervisor come to the scene?
No. Get out of my house.
I don't know why you're acting like this towards me.
Because
Can you please go to the back of the vehicle?
I'm not going to. I'm home. I was.
Yeah, I think you get the gist of it. Then the supervisor comes. The supervisor, who obviously knows her, refers to her by her first name, says basically, Sandra, what are you doing? He backs a play of his officer. What, you can't do. You know the law. You're supposed to stop. He even said this is an arrestable offense. You fled a lawful attempt by a police officer to stop you. We could arrest you, and they should have.
They should have. Why didn't they?
Well, anyway, she's had a little time to think about it, and I'm sure there's been a lot of feedback in the community since this video was made public.
And it's a suburb of New York, in case people don't know.
Right. And so Sandra Doorley now is rather contrite about her conduct on that day. And she has issued this video apologizing and announcing the steps she's taking to hold herself accountable. See if you're persuaded.
Last Monday, I failed you and the standards that I hold myself to. And for that, I am so sorry. What I did was wrong, no excuses. I take full responsibility for my actions. I fell short of the values I've held for my entire 33-year career. I didn't treat this officer with the respect that he deserved. All police officers deserve respect. I am truly and sincerely sorry. I had just come from work. I was dealing with 3 homicides that occurred over the weekend. I watched a video where an innocent cab driver was executed. And I was still reeling from a frightening medical concern that my husband received that afternoon. But we all had bad days and stress, and it was wrong for me to take it out on an officer who was simply doing his job. While I previously apologized to him, I will say it again. I'm sorry. Police already have a tough job, and that day I made this officer's job harder. To the community, I owe you full transparency. Here's what I'm doing to hold myself accountable. First, I already pled guilty to the speeding ticket, and I will willingly pay the fine. Next, I'm referring the entire matter to a district attorney from another county for review and will fully cooperate with that investigation. I'm going to self-report this incident to the grievance committee, and I will cooperate with their investigation. Finally, if one of my assistant district attorneys had acted this way, I would have disciplined them. So I'm disciplining myself. I will take ethics training to remind myself that professionalism matters. I've been humbled by my own stupidity, and I am fully to blame. I will make this right. I ask for your forgiveness.
And she also said, I have accepted Christine Ohm's invitation to go to a gravel pit. I don't know what will happen there, but
312-642-5600, turnkey.pro, answer line 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. Do you accept her apology? That was a loaded one, man. I watched a man get executed. Yeah, reporters see a lot of stuff too on a daily basis. You're not the only one.
She paid
so
the
did
ticket.
medical examiners.
She's apologized. She made the the statement of principle that police should be respected. She referring the matter to an independent a prosecutor outside the district if there are any further charges, which I guess there certainly, I don't guess, there certainly could have been.
Yeah,
and she's also going to undergo ethics training.
I love how she threw her husband in too. Like, oh, we got some bad medical news that afternoon too. On top of the 3 murder cases over the weekend, I had to deal with that.
So do you accept her apology and the steps she's taken or not?
No, turn yourself into police for resisting arrest. Do your penance in prison.
Well, what is she's demanding that? What do you want her to do? Demand that police charge her with resisting arrest?
Yes. Go turn yourself in. Say, charge me with resisting arrest.
Well, she doesn't have to turn herself in if she hasn't been charged with anything. So she would have to tell police to charge her with resisting arrest, and then I'll face those charges too, in addition to the speeding ticket.
I mean, these people think that they're so above the law, and her apology stunk.
Tough crowd. Boy, it's just between the dog killing and the lack of forgiveness available. Amy Jacobson, it's just, hard-hearted.
Ugh.
Golly. Man.
The city will do that to you, Dan.
Hang 'em high, Jacobson, in studio today. Robert in Bloomingdale, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, she's taking a tough stand. First of all, I want to say I thank you to all the police and firefighters out there who do what they do for us. It's appreciated, and thank you for your service. And I wouldn't want to be a police officer for anything this day and age. And how dare these people go on thinking that they're above the law and they can do whatever they want when they have to follow the rules just like the rest of us. That takes a lot of gall. Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Robert. I'll tell you what, I'm just saying, don't cut Amy off in traffic today on the Kennedy.
No, I will attack.
Amish texter, look, I was drunk, okay, but I'm the DA.
Well, was alcohol involved? I mean, why didn't they give her a breathalyzer? Because she seemed a little tipsy to me.
Well, I don't know. She just seemed a little unhinged, but I don't know.
Well,
55 and a 35, and it didn't say she was weaving or anything like that.
no, but she looked a little, like she went to the bar after work.
Okay, officer.
Okay.
Mike in the Villages of Florida, that is.
Well, yes, good morning. Yeah, years ago when Richie Daley was the state's attorney, he was on his way to his summer place in Michigan, got stopped on 294 for speeding, took the ticket, paid it, never said a word.
Wow.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes, of course. Thanks
no one
for the
ever
call,
had
Mike.
to know about this, but she made it a bigger deal than it had to be.
A text from 630, better than most in terms of the apology. Mm-hmm. Phil and Darian, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, good morning, guys. Listen, I just want to say I do not accept her apology. Since she's self-reporting herself, she should probably go lock herself up in jail like Otis and Andy Griffin. She should go lock herself up. I also wanted to let you guys know on the last segment, my dog, my choice. Have a nice day, guys.
We have the best text message ever. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Everybody listen up. Husband diagnosed with ED earlier in the day. She was named as the root cause.
Yeah, that is a distressing medical diagnosis. Yeah. Vince St. Charles.
Good morning, guys. And she, no, I don't accept her apology. And the only reason why she apologizes is the obvious. It was brought out, and people are starting to see. And and get on her. Other than that, no, I haven't accepted her apology. Period.
Yeah.
Done. And it's story. I'm with you, Amy.
Thanks
you.
for the call,
Got another
Vince.
text message. How about letting the cops tase her for 3 minutes and tape it and put it on YouTube?
Yeah, like in
What movie was it?
what's the? Oh my gosh, I can't believe.
Justin, help us out. What was it? Are you talking about the movie where they tase a guy and he's
With Bradley Cooper and Zach Galifianakis.
The Hangover.
Hangover. Yeah, remember when they get picked up in Vegas and they're in the traffic school and Rob, what's his name? He was a correspondent on Comedy Central. He plays the cop, and they tase him, and something like that. Something right, like well, she lock herself up, beat herself with a rubber hose, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, okay. The thing about it was better than most. I know she's just doing it to protect her career because she's going to lose her job after this.
there
probably
was a little bit of contrition, but I don't care anymore.
The thing about the apology that bothers me is the last piece. Holding myself accountable. If this was an assistant DA under my direction, I'd send to ethics training. So I'm going to send myself to ethics training. It's so lame. I mean, what do you need to know? What are you going to learn from ethics training? It was so across the line. It's so obvious. What is sitting in a classroom for a couple of hours and paying some consultant
Tell you you're
a couple
bad
grand to go through you're supposed to comply with officers' commands and here's your responsibilities as an officer of the court. I mean, it's just stupid.
Well, what's stupid too? Having a nearby DA review the case and stuff. Don't waste your time, please. It's all on tape. We know what happened.
Dennis in Milwaukee.
No, she's hiding, guys. We can show some grace and let the competition kick her butt next round.
There you go. Thanks for the call, Dennis. Grace is not a word in Amy Jacobson's dictionary, Dennis.
I'm done. I'm hardball all the way now.
Yeah.
Sick of this whole
She's like fucking Gary Oldman. You're like Gary Oldman in The Professional. Kill everyone. God sort them out. That's Jacobson's philosophy.
Yeah.
Mike in Skokie.
Hey, back in the early 90s, a young rookie officer on the North Shore wrote Judge Sullivan, presiding judge of the 2nd District, a speeding ticket, and it never made it to the court call. Welcome to Monroe County.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the call, Mike. Yeah. Yeah, that happens, of course, a lot. And I mean, and state legislators, they don't get speeding tickets if they're going to Springfield. I mean, the state plates. If you see state plates, you're not getting a moving violation. Probably not even a DUI in most instances. Because they have pressing business they have to get to Springfield for, so it's okay for them to do 100. I got to go waste other people's money. That's true, though. They don't get speeding tickets. Greg in Jefferson Park.
Hey, good morning, guys. They ought to make her do community service, and the community service should be spending 2 or 3 shifts riding with a police officer to see what kind of crap they got to go through with all these other idiots on the road and what have you. As a prosecutor, she ought to know that, but you know what? Ain't nothing like a little seat time to make it really good.
Thanks, Greg. Corey Woodlawn.
Morning, guys. She's contrite now, but only because this came out. But I do want to commend that officer. He showed professionalism. He showed candor in the face of this out-of-control woman. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks. I agree. It's both he and the supervisor, and it's just like commonsensical too. It's like, what are you doing? You know this is across the line. I mean, of course, she admitted the violation as soon as the officer, walked up to her after she fled him to her home. So, and yeah, I mean, and obviously because she's an elected official, the question, if this video hadn't been made public, would she be exhibiting the same contrition? But, you gotta, as you say, you gotta show a little grace if you think the apology's sincere. And I don't know. It's a tough call. Because it's very difficult to give elected officials.
Squishy, and I'm off with everybody's head. What's going on?
It's just difficult to give elected officials the benefit of the doubt these days,
Yeah.
It's tough to confer grace to them. They're a tough crowd when it comes to conferring grace. I agree. But, I like Dennis from Milwaukee. It's like, okay, fine. So go through it, and then, we'll see who believes you come next election. Steve, Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, I want to know if Amy's background was vetted. My dad was a World War II vet, and he knew a guy named Jacobson. He was also a World War II vet. He was in the Army, the German Army.
Thanks for the call, Steve. Yeah, we probably should do a bit of a deep dive on Jacobson.
I'm Swedish, not German.
Yeah, that's your story.
Jakobsen.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, Littleton, Colorado.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. Does it dawn on anybody on our side that this woman works for us? The cop should have stuck his hand out and said, let me introduce myself. I help pay your salary. That might have been a good introduction. Is it any wonder why the children who look at these people are so infantilized and want their bills paid? And now this lady has to stand in front of people while she's prosecuting them and say, how dare this defendant break the law?
Yeah.
It's really unbelievable.
Thanks for the call. Right. It's the loss of legitimacy, too, right, in terms of because her attitude was revelatory. And so you can apologize for disrespecting the police officer, but does that sort of ruling class mentality that was on full display, is that still right there just below the surface? I'm better than you. The rules don't apply to me. We have gotten more than a full helping of that attitude in this country it's ever present, but it seems to have really spiked, say, since COVID, I would say. That was sort of a watershed moment, or perhaps a new level of ruling class mentality that was achieved. I mean, the term was really created and popularized by Angelo Codevilla about 10 or 15 years ago. So it was sort of something that you're seeing more evidence of, thus the increased discussion and the monikers. And, you just wonder how sincere she is. Maybe not about the way maybe about the way she behaved, the expression of it, but the underlying belief. Is that still sort of really how she thinks? Has there been a real epiphany about the underlying attitude that would give rise to the conduct? That would be an interesting discussion with her, wouldn't it?